Did you rest well?
Yep, this is a comfortable place to rest. I guess that's one thing here that's better than the desert. But other than that, there's not much going for this place.
Saying things like that isn't going to help, Adia.
But it's the truth. The desert is full of terrible memories for me.
That's a weird way to put it. Actually, if you hadn't mentioned it, Paimon would have already forgotten that this... I know what you mean. The air here isn't at all like the desert. It's very humid. Almost as if we're in the rainforest. It's a very familiar feeling for me.
Everyone looks well rested. If you're ready, we can start making our way to the jungle.
Good luck, everyone!
Hold on. I said we, didn't I? No need to say goodbye.
Huh? But wait, I'm just the mascot!
You can't back out this time, Adia. The manager of the fairgrounds is waiting to see you. She said Adia is the only
Yes, Kale and I discovered a fair...
The person in charge of it seems to be a a scholar. But what's she doing there? Researching the...
Oh, I wish there were ley lines here that I could ever study. Anyway, I know who you're talking about.
Let's move out.
Stabilize!
Take them. I have no need. No escape!
I wonder who this gift could be from.
Finally, someone has arrived.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Maimuna. We've brought Idia with us.
Thank you, Kale. It's been quite some time since I've seen you, Idia. To be honest, I didn't think you'd actually... If anything, I thought you'd be curled up somewhere crying alone.
Hey, you shouldn't be saying things like...
Doesn't seem to be the first time Paimon's heard someone say that.
You want to see me cry? Fine. I'll stop crying right here.
No.
All right, I shouldn't have said that. Now, who are these two?
And Paimon is...
They're reliable helpers. Lucky for you that I found them. You'd better be more careful about how you...
Of course. Good to meet you. You may call me Maimuna. For the sake of time, we should forego the usual pleasantry.
Wow. Look at that huge
Amazing, isn't it? I helped make it. What fun would a fairground be?
Really? Paimon knew you couldn't be so pathetic. You just act modest all the time to hide your
What is it, Kale?
Sorry. I'm afraid it might dampen the mood.
That's not important. Please, just speak.
Well, there are lots of vendor booths set up here, but there's no one running them.
The truth is, this used to be an exciting but just a few days ago, something...
Like, the world was suddenly...
Yes, exactly. Something fell from the central hub into the tent and knocked down the crystal light that was hanging at the top.
Oh, the crystal light.
I remember a certain someone said that we should have beautiful lights to celebrate at a fair. But once the light fell, the tent became a complete mess and the Hydro-Eidolons were trapped. Just when I was at my wit's end, a man from the Lawrence clan came and offered his assistance.
Wait, he offered to help you?
Yes, and he refused to listen to any of my warnings. He just walks...
Yes? And then...
Yeah, don't leave us hanging here! What happened?
And that's it. He became trapped inside along with the Hydro-Eidol.
Oh no, we have to do something! We can't just leave-
I know, but the situation inside might be more difficult than you think. You should
Just talking about it is a waste of time. Since we're already here, let's...
All right. There used to be a large stage inside, but after everything got shaken up, it seems the very nature of the entire place was altered. The lamps and crystal light that were hanging above have all fallen down, which makes repairs near impossible.
Wait, so you mean it's difficult to move around?
Yes, mainly because of the light. Do any of you have experience being on stage? Once the stage lights turn on, everyone...
I can't stand that feeling. Having everyone's attention focused solely on-
Me too! I'm no good at speaking in front of people. And then to have...
Sounds like you have some things you haven't been able to...
Please don't laugh. I'm trying my best to change that, but there are still some things I can't overcome. Like when they're...
No, there's nothing funny about that. And you know what? It's not a bad... That's my opinion anyway. Think about it. Only people who have high standards for themselves... You have many good qualities, Kale. I bet if you had to learn dance since childhood like myself, then you'd be an even...
No way! That...
I can relate. I know
Maybe we should find a time for you to learn with me. And one day, you will become an outstanding dancer too. By that time, you'll be so focused on performing your beautiful move.
Wow. You are so passionate about... Really? You do that? You wouldn't think I look stupid and...
You really think I'm that kind of person?
Oh, no! Of course not!
Seems there's no need for me to warn you again. Anyway, you just need to open the curtain and you...
Wait! What's the thing in the middle there?
That's my crystal light! It's been locked up.
Well, let's figure out a way to fix this. Looks like we need to raise the platform underneath the crystal light.
If I remember correctly, the stage controls should be somewhere around here.
It seems we have to use the colorful lens to make the light change colors.
Shudder! Beg for mercy.
That's one way of shining new light on the problem.
Hey, Maimuna? Do you happen to know someone named Sino?
No, never heard that name before. Why do you ask?
Oh, never mind then. I was just thinking you two would have a lot in common.
Back to the situation at hand. We should probably head into the passageway that opened now.
Hello? Is anyone here? If you can hear me, please help!
Lessig Lawrence?
Who are you? Who has the
You sure don't look like you're in any condition.
Yep. He's a member of the Lawrence clan, all right. Even though he's hanging on by a thread, he's still
You? What are you doing? Huh. Have you come here to mock me?
If you would just think for a moment, it should be pretty obvious why we are here. Yet, now you're Of course, you don't have to accept my help. After all, aristocrats are naturally superior and...
Yes, thanks for the reminder. I don't
think he really means it, Eula. His tone was harsh, but he keeps glancing at you from the corner of his eyes. It's my opinion as to he...
Okay. He's been trapped for so long that it seems he's forgotten how to hold a decent conversation. How ridiculous. Let's go. We'll leave the stage to this person who'd rather say...
Hey, no, wait! Halt! You cannot just leave me here. We're both of the Lawrence. Helping me when necessary certainly won't tarnish your prestige. If anything, my embarrassing predicament will be overshadowed by your virtuous deed.
This is the best reason you could come up with? You think tacking on the word family will be enough to talk me into helping you? You should be ashamed for your careless actions. It's because of you that we all had to come here.
Seems everyone in the Lawrence clan is this way. They'll do anything to save face.
All right. Looks like it's time for the mascot to step in. Here you go. One for Eula, and one for Lessig.
What is this? Candy?
Thanks.
Oh, the smell. It's just like the aroma.
Yes, that's right. Enjoying something sweet all...
Oh, thank you, Miss Mascot. I certainly...
So he's willing to thank someone else, but not me.
Eula has been worrying about you the past few days, and asked me several times, but now that you two have been reunited, I won't have to keep answering her questions anymore.
Let me clarify one thing. I don't care what happens to him. If you're going to keep saying
Eula will never admit that she actually cares. Yeah, you're probably right.
If you're going to keep saying nonsense like this, then at least...
Oh, sure.
Sorry. I admit my mistake. I know I've caused heap...
Why couldn't you have just said that earlier?
I'm back. Oh? Have you... All right, then let's clean things up here and keep working our way toward getting the crystal light fixed. There's no need to push yourself in your condition.
I'll take him and find some place for him to rest.
All right. I'll leave my cousin to you then. You'd better rest up and regain your strength before we settle things.
Now, let's see if there's any way to keep raising the platform higher. We probably will need to find a mechanism that's like a lamp.
Strange. Is that really the Lessig that I know?
You shouldn't always judge people based on the way you knew them before. People change, and people can always make different choices.
Oh, look! There's a water droplet over there!
A hydroidolin! It must have been trapped in the curtain, but at least it seems to be okay. It is a magical tent, after all. The inside is much larger than it appears from the outside. Haven't you heard stories with this sort of thing before?
Oh, another path has appeared.
Yes, don't worry. We're almost to the last thing we need to do. After the stage collapsed,
No, I haven't.
I have. I've gone there a few times. The place is bustling with all kinds of vendors. And if you're lucky, you can see.
Oh, a dance from Sumeru? I'd like to see that myself.
It doesn't matter if it's on the way or not. I would be happy to.
Great. I'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah! Now that Paimon thinks.
Really? My father used to help with festivities at the Grand Bazaar, and I was just a kid and didn't understand. I always thought my father was amazing and wanted to be just.
But aren't you a scholar in the academia, Mimuna? As far as I know, scholars seldom. I doubt you could have time to assist your father in.
Yeah, seems you right. When I had the choice between becoming who I wanted to be and who my parents wanted me to be.
That's almost the exact opposite of you.
You must have already realized that. Why else would you set up all the booths here and make this place like a
Yes, but I'm still not as happy as I imagined. I realized that attending a fair and running a fair are two completely. The main reason my childhood was so fun and carefree is because my father knew how difficult and tiring running a fair could. But in the end, I gave up on myself and resorted to investigating ley lines in the desert. I finally had a chance to make my wish of running a fair come true. But after seeing
It's not as bad as you make it out to be. You have the courage to change. You've been someone who's given up on themselves. Oh, Kale.
I understand my situation better than anyone.
It's not that I'm trying to comfort you. It's just that people sometimes don't believe me. This is something that I learned from my
Oh, what are you trying to—
Oh, nothing.
All right.
The colored pieces of the bullets have melted.
Yes, the lens is made of materials that are easily melted by light.
Is it me or do I smell something sweet here?
If we're going to raise the crystal light, then we need to open the top of the tent.
wonder what was taking you so long. But don't worry, Lessig is recovering well. I'm pretty good at taking care of people. Seems I found out.
I don't know if I should be worried for him.
The shadow. It's massive. Wait. The shadow.
Seems he still might need a little more time to recover.
Of course. With a team like the Traveler, Paimon, Kale, and Eula, they're at least...
Only 40 times more reliable. That means...
I guess it's impossible to feel like you've lost once you've already given up.
Huh? What has happened? How did I get outside of the tent? Ah, that's right. I remember...
Oh, you're awake now. Don't worry, that's just...
I'm afraid I still feel a little
Lessig Lawrence.
Oh, it's you, Eula. All right, I'll do it. I'll come back to Mon...
Interesting. Now you want to talk. Seems like you've had a change of heart. In that case, maybe you'll be able to explain everything in detail.
I admit it, yes. I came here in hopes of finding a way to restore the Lawrence clan to its form. It was a long journey, and I didn't always know the way. I passed through Liyue and Sumeru. There was even a time when I lost my wallet and had to live in the wild. But the peculiar thing is, I realized that nobody knew me out. You and I are like glass pawns that were raised in shackles. We were taught to act like nobles, but outside the wall, such pompous, hateful, and stubborn teaching. It all culminated to... It's like a never-ending game of tug-of-war, but it is meaningless. You understand. Or I should say, you...
Paimon sorta understands.
Everything he said is true. Your family is probably unaware that you've already changed how you see things.
Yes, this has all happened recently. After coming to this domain, I realized the Mondstadt that I want is one where not everyone fears. All that I and many other members of the Lawrence clan long for is a place...
Lessig, both you and I never had anything to do with the glory of the Lawrence clan. That is all in the past. We are just...
I originally planned on returning to Mondstadt after taking care of things here. I never thought you would come here. I was completely shocked.
See, people can always make different choices. And it seems that Lessig has also chosen to be...
Yes, about that. I'm afraid...
That's all right. Being able to clearly choose between becoming who you want to be and who your parents wanted you to be is already a step in the right... How to find true happiness is probably one of the most difficult research...
I have a suggestion for you, Lessig. Why don't you return to Mondstadt and tell your parents...
They'll probably try to tear me limb from limb. But what about you?
This is something that I've been thinking about, too. Perhaps the two of us can sit down with the rest of the clan. The Lawrence clan is just like this stage. It was once home to glorious performances, but those days are now long gone. And
She's so solid and tough, but also clear and open, like an ice cube. Is that what...
Are you all done talking now?
Yes, I think so. By the way, that is for you. Please take it. I found it on Lessig early.
Oh, it's one of the missing components! Wait, so you had it all this...
Well, you didn't ask.
Okay, we'll let the trap...
Wait, it looks pretty familiar. Have we seen one of these before? Shh! Now's not the time to brag about... Ah, right! I also bought a similar box at the last festival.
Yes, people often use this kind of box for candy at festivals. This was one of the materials originally, but now that the tent has been repaired, we no longer need it. Eating the candy from the box as an adult will never be as delicious as it was when you were a kid. But if you really think about it, there are way more things you can eat as an adult.
Ah, so when it comes down to it, eating candy is sort of like life. It's just another choice.
So, as of now, we've already collected 3 of the missing I'm sorry that repairing the tent took so much of everyone's time. You should all head back.
Hey, Kokomi! You're already here! Oh, you're back. I trust your adventure. Yep, you could say that. How about you? Up to anything today? Well, I suppose it's time I told you that as the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I shouldn't. The truth is that a relic known as the Shinro casket was lost from but recently, an orb matching the relic's description suddenly began emitting light, almost as if it was guiding people to it. I wasn't lying when I said that. Goro has often told me that sitting at home reading light novels is not the best of As I made my way from Watatsumi Island to Sumeru, I enjoyed a variety of breathtaking sights. I was surprised to find that the relic had ended up in the desert. I knew it was somewhere here, but though I feel that Idia was not intentionally trying to hide anything from us, this domain does have plenty of... Now that you mention it, a lot did happen. I see. When you found Lessig, did you also happen to find any clues related? I'm afraid that he was caught up in his thoughts and didn't pay attention to his surroundings. Actually, before the world was flipped upside down, this domain didn't look anything like this. Hey everyone! Oh, I hope we're not interrupting your conversation. It's alright. You two did a lot today. Care to join me for a cup of tea? Sure! That would be perfect! Eula and I just made some snacks.
Turns out Idia has a cooking stove and oven.
Oh! So did you make us some moon pies?
No, I made something called storm crust pie. You should...
And I made some pita pockets. You could try some, Kokomi. It should taste sorry. I should call you General. Oh, I would be happy to... By the way, Eula, how's your cousin doing?
Oh, him. You would never guess, but...